Hey there, welcome back. I'm Shelly. I'm trying to be better about introducing myself, but I always forget. Welcome back to the Biofield Hacker channel. If you're new here, welcome to my proverbial living room. If you're returning, it's nice to see you again. As always, before we dive in, just a quick note. I'm not a medical, psychological, legal, or financial expert, nor do I want to be, nor do I claim to be. All right, let's get started. Full disclosure on this one. I'm neither a nudist nor am I an expert on the nudist lifestyle either. I'm a huge fan of nude spas, skinny dipping, and prefer to sunbathe topless, but I'm not a nudist. I've just been honored with life experiences that enable me to call nudists over the years, both lover and friend. So the video I'm making today is based on my observation and experiences. As always, take what you will from it. And just a little fair warning, this will challenge you probably. So, fair warning. That's if you're American. I don't know if it will challenge Europeans. But anyway, I digress. From my perspective, in traveling the world as an American, I believe that Americans, as a general stereotype, have a very fragmented viewpoint, and as a result, energy about the human body. I could talk for hours about what I believe sets the fundamental foundation for this distortion among families, communities, societies, but I don't really want to focus on that today. I just merely wanted to share perspective on what I've observed and appreciate about those in my life who are practicing nudists, if you even call it that I think others can learn from. There's many people in the US that look at nudists and make snap judgments. We Americans are pretty good at judging people. And those snap judgments are about what being a nudist means. Those judgments have included a whole spectrum of assumptions that I've heard, ranging from weird to sexually deviant. And frankly, from my perspective, that's pretty damn laughable. And what I mean by that is nudist, if you Google the definition of nudist, is a person who goes naked in designated or appropriate areas. No more, no less. They like to take off their clothes and soak in the beauty in their surroundings without clothing being the middleman between their body and nature. I don't understand why we need to make that so complicated with our assumptions about what that means, and candidly, why do you care enough? The reality is, if it makes you uncomfortable that someone likes to be nude, you are actually sexualizing that. Or you are uncomfortable about your body, or you have something to hide. It's actually holding up a mirror to you about something that you have toxicity about, deeply embedded in your subconscious. But I digress. I've posted plenty of articles and multiple videos that take on those topics from different angles, so I'm going to stay focused on some of the energetic lessons that I do think might be an interesting new lens or perspective. It may alter your perspective or perception. And if you want to talk about perception and perspective, there's an earlier video about those too. So let me tell you about what my experience with every single nudist has been, because they're comfortable with being naked and actually savor being naked. They value showing up exactly who they are as an authentic person. What that means in interactions with them is they don't put on any fronts, they don't wear masks, they have no ego about trying to impress you. And they simply don't care about status shit. They don't care about what you do for a living. They don't care about how many cars you have in the driveway. They don't care about impressing you. They just care about who you are, what you value, what makes your heart tick, and how life's going for you. Like, really going for you. Like, how do you think? How do you feel? I could go on and on. They've grown way past surface level and meaningless conversations. Even if you were a stranger an hour before, they show up as exactly them, and authentically are hoping that you'll do the same. Think of clothing as a metaphor. They've literally stripped away their clothing and are showing up bare. They're hoping you join them in showcasing your vulnerable underbelly too. And I'm not talking about you shedding your clothing. I'm talking about that clothing as a metaphor for masks. The nudists that I know have a deep and reverent respect for their body. And what I mean by that is total acceptance. It is what it is. And they've nothing to hide, flaws and all. And they're comfortable being seated in that. How many of you listening to this can claim the same? And as a result, they don't judge others, usually at all, for anything. They just have a deep acceptance for themselves and their bodies, and as a resulting domino effect of that confidence and self-love, they accept that you are you, and you do you, because they come from a place of healthy ego that doesn't need external validation as a proverbial hit, as I like to call it. And usually, as a result, any communities and connections that are built within the common lifestyle values go deep. They're reciprocal, loving, warm, loyal, and filled with unconditional love. Again, can you say the same? Now, I'm not advocating for everyone listening to this video to change their values and lifestyle and run away to their closest nudist community, or experience rather. I'm challenging you to look yourself in the mirror and be rawly honest with yourself about what you still need to learn about living authentically you. The toxic energies that you still need to process, the masks that you need to shed, the labels and judgments, and the dense energies that come with gossiping, judging, and labeling, whether in thoughts, behaviors, or communications, that need to be shredded and transmuted. So that brings me to today's field hack. The first step is reflect on any friction, anger, reactions, labels, or subtleties that listening to this video or even the term nudist resulted in for you. Now dive deeper into the root cause of this reaction and what it tells you about yourself. And then process any shame, guilt, or repressed feelings about your body, sexuality, or even nudity, or anything else for that matter, that surfaced for you throughout this, for healing. And as a quick side note, there's a recent video on this channel about guilt and shame that's a resource should it resonate. I'll share a travel story to wrap up this video, one of my travel stories. When I was in the Netherlands several years ago, I visited a spa with a friend that had varying temperatures and different nuances in each spa and sauna for wellness and relaxation. I go into the details about the experience on my other channel, Global Divine Alchemy, if you're interested in hearing more about the experience. But here's the short version. It was co-ed, amazing, beautiful, respectful, and relaxing. And the Dutch thought nothing of it hanging there on a Friday night instead of meeting for happy hour. Friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, old and young, disabled and able-bodied, everyone, nude, and thought nothing of it. And the whole time I was there enjoying the experience, I was thinking about the fact that it was a sad commentary on the United States because the concept would never work here. Because we have so much energy fragmentation societally that would prevent enjoying such a beautiful experience. Again, take what resonates for you in your life. After doing the field hack, if you really want to push yourself, go skinny dip somewhere. Let yourself feel the freedom. Savor the experience. Really allow yourself to soak in the umami with all your senses. And then you decide how you want to live your life and how you want to free yourself up with optimal energies. How you want to take that skinny dipping into your life. Live your best life, sans the proverbial clothing and masks. Until next time, take care. Have a great week.